Legacy of the Boy beta, and we're casting stuff in that.
Ah, this is true. This is true.
We'll spend 1 minute being like, so what'd you play yesterday? And then literally their builds will have shaped up.
All right. So, start us off.
Sure. In the top mid right of the map, we have our, I don't know why it's the top. Mid right of the map, we have our teal Protoss player. Rolling the random, getting the Protoss. It is CrazyChaos.
And in the center left, spawning as the red Protoss, it is Fenton, LFC.
Oh, yeah, anyway, this map, I don't know what they're talking about. Oh, something Metroid music. Anyway, this map, as you can see, you're in the middle of the map. You've got this single pathway that goes across this space here, along with these two rocks that you can knock over to create a wall. This pathway has the unique trait of being just perfectly sized to hold 2 gateways or 2 barracks. So one of the reasons a lot of people will avoid this map is that this is an awfully, awfully powerful place to cheese. Not to mention, you can do other silly things like go blink stalkers and blink across this little crevice up here completely outside of their vision, walk up to the base. The bases are super close together, so all sorts of aggressive play get there very, very, very quickly. You can see that Fenton down here is actually throwing down a quick forge. His opponent's grabbing a gateway. There's no probe across the map to start throwing down cannons, so I'm guessing this is Fenton's. I'm assuming he's doing this for defensive purposes. I don't think we're going to be seeing like anything aggressive with that, at least. CrazyChaos has got a probe, however, that's kind of hanging out in the second base of Fenton. We'll see if that guy decides to do anything as time goes on. Zealot popping out, and both players are going to macro up for now. We're going to have to wait a little bit to see how the builds shape up. So, first one actually, Fenton showing his hand, going for the quick expansion. I don't think, yeah, he's seen the probe by now, so he knows this is PvP. He's a little bit risky in this matchup to do this. There's a lot of ways it gets hard countered, but it is powerful if you can get away with it.
Crazy going for the early zealots here. Afraid of some quick cheesy stuff. He probably saw the forge there, right? Went up and saw the forge complete. Yep. And no expansion, so he's expecting some shenanigans. He's not going to find any.
Now, this is actually very interesting because the Protoss race as a whole, for anybody who's not really aware, basically when you don't throw down a cybernetics core, you are super limited in what you can do for a very, very long time. Cybernetics core is your spawning pool, essentially. It is your gateway to every kind of tech. It is your, I guess, the barracks, really. Like, the gateway actually doesn't open up any tech paths by throwing it down. Not on its own. It's like half of your initial tech path.
Well, I mean, kind of does. Can't build zealots or anything without it.
Sure, you can build zealots. And we can see that Crazy's actually looking to rip down this wall, get himself a little bit of HP between himself and his opponent to make things a little bit safer for the early game. Meanwhile, Fenton is just macroing along. He's already up to saturation on a single base, and we'll see him probably start to fill up the second base down here. He's still not actually producing workers there. There you go. He's getting that down. Cybernetics core popping out. His cannon for defense, and a full wall off. So the full wall off here is actually not something you see all the time with Protoss, and you might be wondering about that, like, why don't more Protosses actually do this? And that is typically because the Protoss don't have supply depots that they can raise and lower. You have to break one of these buildings in order to leave, which always is a little bit inconvenient. So from a maximum efficiency standpoint, which, by the way, we're not concerned with that at all right now, you would technically want to leave an opening the size of a Zealot here that would allow most of your units to be able to leave, with the exception of Archons because they're fat.
The exception of Archons, yep. They don't fit through the single space, nope. Unfortunately, yeah, he's going to have to murder one of his pylons if he wants to get out of here. Because I don't think you want to murder the forge or the gateway at this point. No.
There's a cybernetics core, so Chaos moving up in the tech, and he's getting fast +1 as well. A little bit interesting. I'm actually not sure numerically how that works out in PvP. Like, typically upgrades in this game, they don't just add a single point of damage. They add whatever's necessary to allow the unit to kill other units with one less hit, in most cases. The Zealot, a single additional point of damage, for example, I'm pretty sure allows them to kill Zerglings in one less attack round.
And Chaos, not being choosy with his tech here. He's moving into both Stargate and Robo facility. And Fenton's opting just for the Robo. So I mean, you know, if he can get enough resources to pull this off, he's just now expanding.
Now, this is definitely a viable strategy here. This is actually one of those things, especially if you're going for a lot of Void Rays. This is a particularly powerful strategy against Robotech. And he's going down both pathways, and depending on how he does this, he may actually end up kind of gas-starved, actually. Like, you can't... I don't know how well you can really support both of these structures, but...
He's going to have more assimilators. He's going to have a third base worth of gas if he wants to be able to push that out right away.
As we can see over here, Fenton is also actually... I mean, he's getting his economy up and running, which is fantastic, but he's actually a little bit behind on his production structures. So you can see he's starting to throw down extra buildings to get those minerals spent. See a couple cannons popping up at the top of his base. But really, in order to be able to produce with all this, it's a few more gateways, primarily.
More gateways would be good. Crazy also dumping some minerals here into a cannon, and, well, got an observer out.
Yeah, here's the thing, right? Like, I mean, Covert's making a good point. Technically, the Archon is the thinnest unit in the army. It just happens to have a giant thing of energy that's kind of following it around everywhere. And if you wonder about that, that's actually very strange, why it can't squeeze through that space.
It should just phase through the solid structure, yeah.
You know what I bet it is? They must cause damage to things by walking into them. Uh-oh, and the observer dies to the cannon. Most unfortunate.
And then getting his own observer out here.
But yeah, I'm assuming they damage everything they touch. So it's probably like an imposed rule from on high. It says you may not touch buildings if you are in an Archon form. Because you will break our shit, and we're not happy with that.
I'm sorry, the Kala does not allow this.
It's like a mental block. They try to walk into it, and the collective voice of their brethren through the Kala just goes, no, stop.
Yeah.
Bad.
So, they're both thinking the same thing here. You notice there are two war prisms on the map. Fenton's sending his north, while Chaos is sending his south. This is gonna be a... Yeah, this is gonna be weird.
Okay. So it's like, this is like his first time doing random. Oh. I'm used to Protoss and SC1. Ah, okay. Which is why a little bit late on the just producing things this way.
Yeah, okay.
Pylon block grabbing Robotech. It's kind of a similar deal here. And I think actually the biggest story here might end up being the economy is what I want to say, but both players are actually struggling to spend their money, so it may actually come down to whoever does that first. So far, Fenton's kind of in the lead on that, despite having a lot of money. He is actually up by about 40 supply.
And the warp prism is going to be found.
There's a fleet beacon, by the way.
Beacon. Fleet beacon!
I think I know why he's taking a while on this.
If he's StarCraft 1 Protoss, he's going for carriers.
Which, by the way, are whoa, I don't know where that came from. Which, by the way, are actually they're really good in Legacy of the Void carriers.
Yep, you can leave the cloud of interceptors separate from the carrier, so you can just kind of dump them and leave.
Yeah. I was watching a very interesting game between White Raw and Sasquatch, where he, I think it was Sasquatch or Sasquatch. I'm not really sure. The guy spelled his name weird. But he actually won surprise carriers on him. He was behind the whole game. Got like 4 carriers out. He had maybe 2 stalkers and a bunch of sentries in his army. Wasn't enough. Even against 2 carriers, they killed some of the interceptors and all died.
Oh no.
So... And then, of course, he built more of them from there. They only have a 90-second build time rather than 120-second build time in Heart of the Swarm. Very, very powerful.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I haven't really seen anybody use Tempest, though. I'm not sure if that's like a, carriers are awesome, so let's use them, and we'll experiment with it later, or they're not good.
The new AoE, or whatever the chip away damage is on the Tempest now, looks awesome.
I think he saw the War Prism, but he's going to let it go, and he's just going to move up here. Okay, if Chaos actually gets these units off into Fenton space quickly, he can actually encourage him to go back home. But it looks like he's kind of taking his time with this. What is he building? Immortal. Did he cancel the fleet? No,
Maybe
he has it.
he may be panicking too. There's a lot of stuff coming at his base right now.
Uh-oh.
2 Immortals pegging away at these stalkers.
He's getting a mothership out. It's probably not going to finish, unfortunately.
Well, these 2 Immortals up front here get wrecked, and the assault moves into the main base.
Yeah, this is looking like a really... there's just not enough stuff here.
Oh, not enough
That's
stuff.
unfortunate. Most unfortunate.
Plenty of buildings, but buildings for the raising. The mothership looking all glorious there for a few moments before the inevitable...
Oh, both. And he gets 225 back, though. GG, crying face. My guess here is that we were actually just seeing CrazyChaos kind of like explore the tech tree, looking for different stuff, which is probably why we're seeing random buildings like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Which is pretty normal the first time you try to race it.
Totally cool, totally cool.
From what I recall, I think he's played Zerg the most, so I'm expecting to see that. If we see that, we'll probably see a little bit more focused play. I am still in the game, that's right. It doesn't leave automatically. There you go.
Excellent.
But yeah, he actually was grabbing the carrier upgrades. I did see those. So if that gone on a little longer, we might have seen that Protoss there. Oh, we missed the drop from Chaos. So he did actually get that off? Okay.
Oh, he did. Okay. Yeah, I guess we weren't paying attention. All the action was in the front there.
Yeah, all right. I'll try to focus on watching for drops a little bit better, because I know, like, I can't actually watch your vision, so I tend to be, like, almost also observing.
Oh, you can't?
To try and keep up with you. No, I can't track your view in a replay.
Oh, right, I forgot about that. Okay.
Hello, Monosaurus. Good to see you in the chat. We're going to be casting Game 2 of CrazyChaos versus Fenton LFC, which is a RVP, Random versus Protoss match. We are currently on Game 2. Game 1 having been taken by Fenton. Let's see where this goes from here.
What's going on, Monty? It's been a while. Bonnie Research Station. Time for some more shenanigans here. You know, if you turn it sideways, it makes a funny face at you. It looks like a space invader.
I was going to say Metroid, but that works too.
Oh, Metroid 2, yeah.
It's basically... it's a really fat Metroid.
Fat Metroid. Yes.
If you turn it the other way, it's a crab.
Yay, crab.
Or a drone. Also a crab. Crab drones.
Crab drones.
Crabs.
Giant enemy crab.
Crabs, the support of the Zerg army.
Ooh.
Well, CrazyChaos gets his bread and butter this time. On the bottom of the map, our teal Zerg player from Rage. Rage C? Or is that Rag EC? I'm not sure. CrazyChaos.
Yeah, and in the top center of the map, spawning is the red Protoss player. Yet again, it is DJ's Fenton LFC.
You know, I think we have a couple fancy decals in the game that we've gotten from like random stuff. Like I've seen a Heroes one.
Oh,
I've
really?
I've never checked to see if I have it. Kind of would expect to by this point.
Yeah, no, I need to check that out. Huh, yeah, I haven't actually clicked the decals menu for a long time. I haven't actually played on ladder much, so.
No, yeah, and that's something I've only recently been getting back into. It's pretty fun, you know. Actually, it's one of those things where I've just kind of been sitting down and making my goal in every game to just not get supply blocked. Not a goal I always achieve. Ironically, I seem to achieve it less in the games I win. Cringe, but you should cringe if you heard that.
Cringe?
I'm like, yay, I didn't get any supply blocks, and I have like too much money and didn't produce enough things, and I die because he has a bunch of stuff and walks up my ramp and kills me. So
No.
that does happen. I'm getting
Efficient
better
spending.
on it.
Efficient spending, it's important.
Yeah. Complete wall off once again from Mr. Fenton. See how that goes from here. We have a probe returning to the base. It's going to be like, boss, I can't mine. I'm stuck out here. All right, fine, whatever. I'll just sit here. It's cool.
He's gonna try again.
I still can't. I still can't. Okay, fine. I'm gonna go back out the map and go to the watchtower.
So he's gonna run right out there, and this Overlord is gonna catch him. Yep.
Meanwhile, CrazyChaos is sending about 4 links across the map. He's mining some gas, most likely for quick speed. So wait a little bit here to see if that's what he's going for, or if he wants to just rush up into Banelings, which actually wouldn't be a bad choice here. He knows his opponent loves to go for these full wall lofts with a pylon in there, so actually a Baneling rush is very, very powerful against this setup.
Very much, very much. And Fenton actually pushing for the fast expand again against the Zerg player here. Zerglings are gonna get up here.
Yeah, more Zerglings coming out. He's already got 6 on the field, I think. Another 3 of these guys are just going to hang out down here for some reason. But yeah, he's got more coming from there. So it looks like Chaos is trying to get all aggressive.
Not very aggressive. His cannon's about half done though. Just gonna maybe he'll get through the pylon here fast enough before it finishes.
It would actually be devastating for Fenton at this point if he gets too many links in here, and he does. They get into the base, supply block Fenton for the brief moment. He's trying to Corona Boost out a unit. The cannon finishes in time, however, and it looks like it's just going to barely kill everything. No, cannon actually dies, but now there's only 1 link left, so all he can do is scout with it. So Overlord's like, I kind of was here to do this, so get what you're saying.
He's still doing some economic damage here because Fenton is trying to ward off the single ling with all of his probes.
Yeah. Thing is, unfortunately for CrazyChaos, is he's actually not macroing behind this at all. He's controlling this 1 ling right now, not producing anything back home, so even just killing a couple probes, while it is nice damage, it's going to be nothing to back it up. No, he's finally turned on the probe. I mean, ling bit the probes.
Bit the probes. Yeah, we got 4 more coming out of the map, but I think this is pretty much over at this point. There's a cannon up front, a couple zealots. The next cannon should be done by the time he gets there, and as well as the expansion. He'll be ahead in economy.
Yep, here come the links. He's going to remax out. Still not building any more Overlords. She's probably hearing that wonderful Zerg voice yelling his head over and over again.
Spawn more Overlords.
Yeah, by the way, we were having that discussion about like alternate voice packs we'd love to see in the game.
Oh yeah.
Zagara is clearly not one of them because she's already in the game.
She's already
just
in the
saying.
game, yes.
I'm just saying.
Just saying. Just super saying. Cannon takes out those lings before they do knock down the pylon. Of course, we have a good chunk more on the way. Still no macro, really, from...
Oh, there we go. 3 Overlords. 3 Overlords popping out and a Queen.
There we go. Should have enough supply, get a Queen out.
He does have another Queen. Okay. It's going up to Lair now. Oh, interesting.
Lair. Still got 2 in gas. Not gonna have a lot of gas.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen next. It looked like Fenton's actually just following more or less the same path as the last time. He's getting the cybernetics core, he's getting a couple cannons for defense, and he's building out his saturation on his natural, getting that drone, getting the probe coverage going, getting in the income. I'll have to wait and see what his plan is. I expect to see a similar thing from last time, though.
Yep, Crazy poking over here with an Overlord. He's gonna find this base and realize that, oh, gonna have to make something happen pretty quick. Link speed is now on the way. The layer is nearly complete. A couple more links. Of course, we're kind of at a shortage for locked queens. Busy spreading creep. More links massing at the front. That's Overlord speed, right? He's getting Overlord speed here. He wants
yes.
Wants quick Overlords. I was really confused. I thought he was going to start dropping lings, but...
I would imagine that's actually what this will lead into. At least I kind of hope so, because I think that would be pretty powerful in this situation. All of the defenses are pretty much just these cannons at the front, so if he attacks from the right side, there's virtually nothing here to stop that.
Yep.
Yeah, if he has the appropriate number of links. Looks like he's going to go for another frontal assault, though. This I'm not so much a fan of. Ooh, yeah, loses a bunch of links. Thankfully realizes that won't work. Pulls him back.
No, I really favor the Baneling idea here. He's going for another base. Should be able to get enough gas for Baneling to bust down that wall. Because Fenton, that would be super devastating right now. He doesn't have much in the way of army. He's been focusing economy most of the game. He's got quite the bank.
Stargate.
Stargate.
Okay, he is doing something different. Cool. Fantastic. Obviously, a lot of things that we see that are normal. Getting oracles, massing up void rays. Early Tempest is the thing we never see anymore. It's a
Early
thing I
Tempest.
kind of like, though. Like, it's hard to do because you get like two of them, and they're not really powerful until you have like four or five. So you just kind of run around and be extremely irritating by attacking from odd angles for
Right.
like 5 minutes. There we go, Baneling
Hey,
Nest.
Baneling Nest coming down. He's
And
thinking
he's
the
good.
right way here.
Ventral Sex. Yep, he's getting that drop tech. Drop Baneling tech.
Speed and drops. So he's going to drop Banelings. Very nice.
It's a little bit short on the gas, I think, to really make this super effective, but we'll see how well it goes in any case. I mean, if you get the right explosions, you destroy enough of his economy, it'll come down to whether or not you can survive the counter assault. Unfortunately, that might not work here, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yep, Fenton finally transforming these gateways. Returning to the warp gates here. He's getting air attack. Level 1. Looking into that. I've noticed, probably going to want to go Oracle here. If he goes Void Ray is not very good against many small ground targets. I tried that once on ladder versus a Zerg as he Ling rushed me.
Killing rushed you?
Yeah, one Void Ray is not going to stop 10 Lings in your base very quickly. It will, but very slowly. Your base will be gone by that time. But
Yeah, that's a lot of micro involved in defending that situation.
little bit. Didn't have any ground units to speak of, so that Void Ray was my only hope, and it failed.
I played a game earlier where I was super focused on just macroing, so I like didn't scout or anything, didn't check around my base. So like suddenly a zealot comes from the top of my base, and I'm like, oh, okay. Then just did this really stupid micro fight. Oh, okay. Banelings walk up, destroy the front door.
Front door's exposed. Going to drop another pylon in its place.
Oh, these don't have banelings in them. They just have just
Regular
normal lings.
Regular
Sad
lings.
thing is, he's going to go in right at the angle where the stalkers are. Most likely, lings won't survive if he does that. Good, 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 good. He's redirecting to the right.
Changed his mind.
Oh, still not quite the location you want. Oh, yeah, yeah. Taking a little bit too long there. A little micro tip for anybody who's actually trying to do this, and a little thing that will help out is actually while the overlords, medevacs, or whatever are moving through the air toward their target, hit D and just click on, like hold D and then click on the transport units. They will drop the units as they move, which saves that problem a little bit.
Yep,
But,
you keep moving them as they drop them in a line. Very
unfortunately,
helpful. Yeah.
way too much defenses here though for this to work. Unfortunately, wow, he's turning this into a fortress. Oh, there was a pause.
There was a
Suddenly,
pause.
chat messages everywhere on my screen.
We missed it. There we
Okay.
go. So Fenton heading south, 2 Void Rays.
This is good.
This is very good.
There's only one queen here, actually. Where did the queen go? Huh.
Yeah, one
That's
queen. Hydrogen
strange.
just finished.
Yeah. Against one queen, they can kill that pretty easily. Multiple queens, Void Rays start having issues because they can heal each other and they don't take bonus damage from the laser beams. Those laser beams still look real intimidating, though.
Oh, they do. And 2 of them on the same queen is fatal.
Boom.
Yeah, queen's down, the anti-air is gone, and all of the drones from the main base have been
Yeah,
zapped.
he's going to check for the third. Yeah, this is actually looking pretty straight fatal right now.
Oracle moving out, has enough energy to power up the beam, and not too many links here, so we can easily take this out.
Where's the Oracle? There it is. Okay.
Deciding that it left the oven on and had to turn around for a second, then realized it didn't.
Oh, there was 2 layers. I didn't even notice that. Alright. Boom.
More Prism coming in. Deciding to morph and unmorph. Then
I need more from the Warp Prism. Suddenly a Phoenix shows up. Just be like, hey guys, I'm here.
I can help. I swear.
Can't. Look, they're so high up in the air that they can't even shoot buildings that are supposedly gigantic.
You know, if you just tilted it down just a little bit. Just tilt it
Actually,
down.
that's amazing because they can shoot Colossi, and I'm pretty sure Colossi are actually shorter than Hatcheries. Woo! Don't think too hard about it, guys.
Oh no! More than hatcheries, my life.